Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for March 7th. March 7th is the 66th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 67th in leap years, with 299 days remaining to the end of the year. This is the birthday of my second child, Misty. We were expecting her in the days before everybody got an ultrasound. Prenatal ultrasounds did exist, but they were a new thing back then and only reserved for very special situations. I mention that because we had to wait until the baby was born to learn if it was a boy or a girl. So we were brainstorming baby names. We had a boy's name picked out, but not a girl's name. I have a cousin who's just a few years younger than me named Misty, and I always liked that name. So we were talking about names again before the baby was born, and my husband said, "I really like the name Misty. If we have a girl, do you think your cousin would be mad if we named her Misty?" Just to be sure, I checked with her, and she wasn't mad. The story on this particular picture of Misty, by the way, is that I was doing more drawing and painting back in the 80s and 90s, and she had come in to ask me something. I found the play of strong light and the shadows from the Venetian blinds to be fascinating. I happened to have my camera handy, snapped a photo, and then painted this picture. She was somewhere between 8 and 11 when I took the photo, and the painting is dated 1991. She's all grown up now with a child of her own and works in a busy warehouse where she onboards and trains new employees. Happy birthday, Misty. Today's word is abstract. Abstract can be an adjective, a noun, or a verb with different meanings for each. As an adjective, abstract can mean existing in thought or as an idea, but not having physical or concrete existence. Or it can mean relating to abstract art. As a noun, abstract can mean a summary of the contents of a formal speech or a book, or a written document, such as a title to property. As a verb, abstract can mean to consider something theoretically or separately from something else, or to abstract or remove something. The word abstract comes to us from Middle English, Latin before that, words that meant withdrawn or draw away, removed or turned aside. Earliest documented use of the word abstract as a noun or an adjective is in the 1500s and as a verb in the 1600s. Abstract. Now remember, if you have a word you'd like us to examine in this Word of the Day segment, drop it in the comments. We'll take a look at it. And with that, we're going to start with the birthday of Dutch-American painter Piet Mondrian, born March 7, 1872. He did some representative art early in his art career and moved on to more abstract depictions, but what he is perhaps best known for are his more graphic works, similar to this example. Piet Mondrian lived to the age of 71. On March 6, 1876, 29-year-old Alexander Graham Bell received a patent for his revolutionary new invention, the telephone. And what a handy device that has turned out to be. The first attempt at the march from Selma, Alabama to the state capitol in Montgomery began on March 7, 1965. I say the first attempt because they met with violent opposition trying to stop them. They didn't give up, though. They will try again in a couple days, and I expect we'll mention it again then. Alrighty, if you're curious about anything I might have talked about in a previous year for March 7th, I'll leave a link for you. You can check that out. Today's song is Crazy Little Thing Called Love by Queen. From the first time I heard this song, I thought it had a late 50s, early 60s rockabilly feel to it, but I couldn't quite put my finger on who might have done the song back then. Turns out it's not a cover. Crazy Little Thing Called Love was written and recorded by Freddie Mercury in 1979, released later that year. As we find it in 1980, it's in the middle of a 4-week run in the #1 spot of the Billboard Hot 100. Crazy Little Thing Called Love has been covered by other artists since its release. Crazy Little Thing Called Love by Queen, #1, March 7th, 1980. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. This is the birthday.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I wasn't talking to you. Me and my mouth. John, are you kidding me? Okay, hold on. We got to make that be quiet. You got to read the black part. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for, where's your microphone? Okay, we don't want to say the same thing twice. Get your microphone. What is it with you and this microphone? Okay, here we go. Okay, we are still recording. That's great. Okay. How about that? We'll have a lot to edit today. Cacophony is a sound. Cacophony is a noun that you got to read it the right way. Let's start over. It's 8 o'clock, so all of the reminders are going to be dinging. I forgot to turn those off. Okay, stop it. It's 8 o'clock. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. Flinging happiness all over the place. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.